scores. This one's all about the design and how this curved display either improves, hinders, or is just sort of neutral for the overall experience of the phone. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I do want to give a disclaimer out of the way. We just got the Galaxy around in the office today, so this obviously isn't a full review or speed comparison. This is just focused on the design. I always like to give full disclosure. So before we talk about this crazy curved screen and what it does or doesn't do, let's start with the back of the phones. So Samsung made a bit of a move from the previous generation devices, including the S4 of having those flat plastic backs, to give it more of a textured fake leather feel. And it feels still very plastic, and it's very clearly still plastic. Sort of fake leather is nothing more than, a facade. I've got sort of the same thing here on the Galaxy Round, at least from appearances. It looks to be exactly the same. However, when you feel it, it feels very different. It's obviously hard to convey on video since you don't have feely YouTube videos yet. I imagine what you guys would do if we had them, but it really feels much better. It's a more tactile type feel to it. And the material itself, when you peel off the back, is a bit thicker. It doesn't have that easy bend to it. And while I've got this back off, see that nice segue there, we've got this battery. It's a flat battery. It's a 2800 milliamp hour battery versus a 3200 milliamp hour battery in the Galaxy Note 3, despite both of them having 5.7-inch 1080p screens. So what Samsung did, they pretty much acknowledged battery life is not going to be overly awesome by shipping 2 batteries in the box and an external battery charger. So that should make life a bit easier. But because the battery has to be flat, the curve on the screen is really, really subtle. If you look at the phone straight on, you can't even tell that it's curved. But if you hold it to the side, you can start to see it, and you can feel it with your finger as you go back and forth. So what does that curved screen give you? Well, first, when you put it flat down on the table, you get a lot of flex and rotate. So you're going to have to figure out if you like that or don't like that, or whether or not the curved display is worth it. The one thing the curved display does do that Samsung's really been touting is quick notifications. Turn the phone on its side. If you hold this down, and then you go grab a cup of coffee and wait a while, you're going to get notifications here that are going to pop up. You can see what you've got for email or messages, missed phone calls, and battery life. They're not interactive. You can't launch the applications. It's right there just to let you know if they exist. You can do it on either side. If you notice, though, it doesn't happen instantaneously. It takes quite a while for that to queue up to get it to finally show. And sometimes, like right there, it doesn't always do it. Try that one more time. And then it'll finally start to show what you have right there. So it is very neat. It's very helpful. But for the time it takes for it to actually show up, I wonder how much quicker it would be to just go like this and see what you've got. But it is new, and it's there, so you can decide whether or not it's something that you want to use. Of course, the Note 3 doesn't have any of that. But it does stay pretty stable on a flat surface. So you hit the side corners, you get a little bit of bounce, but no notifications when you go ahead and do that. The Note 3 is also a very big phone, so you put it in your pocket, it's usually pretty visible. It's got a really, really big footprint. Without any curve, it sort of sticks out to the side against the curvature of your leg. With the Galaxy Round, though, you've got that curved display, so it does sort of contour to your thigh very, very nicely, no matter how big or small your thighs are. There's no doubt this absolutely feels better in your pocket. So take that for what it's worth. Actual experience of the phone seems to be exactly the same. It's the same TouchWiz with Android 4.3 that we've seen on previous devices. It's fast. It's got a Snapdragon 800 chip. Nothing really has changed from the experience. Just it's cool to hold a curved display. It doesn't feel much different in your hand either. It does sort of contour to it on the back, but not by much. So let me show you what the contour looks like. If you go ahead, it's probably the best way to show it. Take the phone and stack the Galaxy Note 3 right on top. If you come down right below, you can really start to see what that curve looks like. You can tell that it's very, very subtle, and I probably would say that's because of that flat battery. I'd assume now that Samsung has the technology to make curved batteries that we'll see a much more pronounced curve on a phone. Whether that's more useful or not, that is yet to be seen. Other than that, though, there's really not that much difference between the Galaxy Round and the Galaxy Note 3, aside from the fact that the Round comes with 30 gigs of internal storage and is significantly more expensive to buy. But if you guys are interested in the phone or you want to see what it looks like, certainly check out our friends at Negri Electronics. They're the ones that got us the device. They have everything unlocked. They have pretty much every phone you could think of, and it's a really good source to get everything that you need from the world of electronics. Overall, the first impressions of the Galaxy Round, it's really cool, and it's sort of a novelty to see. I've never seen a phone that looks like this. It doesn't add anything more sort of useful. It doesn't take away from the phone either, though, so that's something there. If you want something that's new, that sort of no one else is going to have, the Galaxy Round is definitely going to be that for you, because there's probably about 8 of these in the US. But if you live in South Korea, you have a chance to actually pick it up from SK Telecom. That might be different. It's nice. Will I rush out to go use it? Probably not. I don't know if the trade-off in battery is worth for that cool factor, but you're going to have to determine that for yourself. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think. I'd love to hear your comments on the Galaxy Round. Leave them right down below. Until next time, I'm John Rettinger from Techno Buffalo. I'll see you next video. Bye-bye.
What's up, everyone? It's Ashley. Thanks so much for watching that most recent video. If you enjoyed it, please click on the word subscribe right underneath me to get tons of more tech videos from us here at Techno Buffalo. We have got unboxings, comparisons, reviews, recaps, and everything else you can think of here on the channel. If you're in the mood for more technology, just click right over here to check out some of our most recent videos. See you next time, humans.